Hi guys, and welcome back to Momma Jess Knits. I'm Jess, coming to you from Virginia, and today is May the 6th, and I'm a little behind in filming. I want to film every week, but I just wasn't able to last week. Let's see. You can find me as Momma Jess Knits on Ravelry and Instagram, and I have a Ravelry group under Momma Jess Knits podcast. I also have a Facebook group under Momma Jess Knits, or you can email me at mommajessknits@gmail.com. And I hope you guys have been doing okay. We've been fine over here. We've been busy putting down some new flooring in our house, and we had what we thought, or what we were told, was a washing machine leak. We were told that by a plumber. We will not be using that plumbing company again because it was not a washing machine leak. It was an air conditioner pump that was leaking, and we actually even showed the plumber our havoc room, which is right behind our laundry area. And he said, oh, that's fine, that's fine. And yeah, no, it's not fine. It flooded part of our basement. We had to rip up carpet, which is why we decided to go ahead and do new flooring. Anyway, on with the knitting podcast, because we're not a home improvement or a plumber complaining podcast. All right, so moving along, I'm going to start out with some finished objects. I finished my friend's socks that I've been working on. I'm a little peeved with this yarn because this is the first sock that I did. Notice the pattern. This is the second sock I did. Got right to this area. Yeah, got right to this area. It was supposed to start here with the repeat, just like this one. This is what it was supposed to look like right here. For some reason, the yarn, and I didn't do it, I didn't cut the yarn or anything like that. The yarn decided all of a sudden to go in reverse. So I have non-matching socks. It's okay. I think the person they're going to is okay with non-matching socks. Because when I mentioned that they weren't going to match, he said, okay. Anyway, that yarn is Cascade Yarns, Heritage Prints. It is colorway 21. And I'm sorry, my husband is texting me repeatedly after saying, I'm filming a podcast. I'll have to get back in touch with you. I have a second finished object. Let me get it on the blockers. It is socks, but let's see here. Oh my goodness. The lighting is kind of crazy today. It's like sunny, but then it wants to be cloudy, and then it wants to be sunny. It can't make up its mind. So the lighting might get a little funky while I'm filming. All right, my second finished object. Yay! These are Knit Picks Felici in the Rose Garden colorway. I love Felici, you guys. Aren't they just the cutest? These didn't exactly line up either, because I have this This is the first one I did, and I had this like little wonky kind of stripe where it was left over from doing the heel turn. And I was like, that's okay. It's not, I mean, it's noticeable, but I can live with it. And then I did the second sock. And even though I pulled off the exact same amount of yarn, because I tried to get it to line up and start with the same color and all that good stuff, I have a even thicker wonky line. It's okay. I'm going to be the only one to see these on my feet anyway, right? Right. All right. So those are my 2 finished objects. Not a lot for not filmed for 2 weeks, but like I said, busy doing flooring and painting and all kinds of home improvements. I have a half-finished object. I did not get these done in time. I started having some wrist pain and arm pain. I have an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's, and sometimes it makes my joints and stuff flare up. So I had a really bad flare up, and I didn't get to finish these in time for my husband's birthday. But here is one of his birthday socks. It is a really pretty blue, and that is done in the Heritage 150 Cascade yarn sock yarn in color 5604. I was kind of confused by these socks. I bought the yarn on a yarn crawl. I'm sure other states do it, but Virginia does a yarn crawl. And I got this sock at one of the yarn stores here in my town, actually. And she said that she had a pair of socks that she had made there. Actually, I think in the same color. I can't remember 100%. And that's actually why I bought the yarn, because I was like, ooh, I really like that blue. And yeah, that makes some nice socks. So I bought it, but whenever I was putting it in the Ravelry, like my project page for it, it said that it was sport weight. But clearly, right on the label, sock yarn, it doesn't say anything about sport weight. Although I guess if I had looked at the needle sizes, that might make a bit of a difference, because it does say 2 to 4. I'm making these on a chalgoo, or chai-goo, not sure how you say it. I say chalgoo. Lace, red lace circular needle in the 1.5 or 2.5 millimeters. And I think that might have been part of my hand pain, but I don't know. But I got one sock finished, and so that takes me into my works in progress. And here in my yarn bowl, messy yarn bowl made by my uncle, which I absolutely love. It, the uncle and the yarn bowl. This was made out of a tree that was on my grandparents' property that had fallen down. So it's extra special, because not only was it made by my uncle, but it came from a tree on my grandparents' property. But I have gotten a start on my husband's second sock. I'm almost done with the cuff. I have about 15 more rows, and then I'll have his cuff done. So that is one of my works in progress. actually have not been working a lot on knitting because of the achy wrist, although it is getting better, or has gotten better, so I'm able to do more. The other work in progress is my covered shawl, which has very little progress. It's getting really blown out. It's a beautiful color. It's Barocco Vintage, I believe, in the pumpkin colorway. It's kind of a heathered. It's really pretty. I know, you're probably tired of seeing that. You're probably like, hey, lady, finish that already. Maybe. Maybe this will be the month I get it done. Making no promises. So Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady does this thing on Sundays that she calls Scrappy Sunday, where she works on all her like scrappy projects, blankets, socks, you know, whatever she's using scraps to make. So I have been trying to do that on Sundays. I'm sorry, I just knocked y'all all over the place. I've been trying to do that. So here is one of my blankets. This is the blanket that I am making out of, I'm making only out of yarn that I've used in projects. So I can't remember where I was last time. I think I actually had started this square, maybe not. But anyway, I didn't get much done on that. I kind of put that aside. I'm wanting to not, or try to not, repeat any squares just yet. But I'm kind of finding that hard to do because not many projects. But, so there's that one. Now this one, is my bigger blanket, and I actually have all kinds of, scraps in there. I have scraps in there from my knitting teacher, from knitting friends, I put a request out a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, asking if anybody would be willing to send me any sock yarn minis, like their scraps, as long as they didn't have alpaca in it, because I am very allergic to alpaca. And I had one person send me an envelope full of scraps, which was great. So this one has a little bit of everything. It's got my projects and all of those other projects that I just mentioned, and this one is huge. So this is the bottom. I'm just gonna kind of pull it across. So it's pretty good width. I might make it a little bit wider. I haven't decided yet. It does fit over my lap, so I might just leave it like that and make it just a lap blanket. Honestly, I haven't decided yet. I would kind of like to make it big enough to go on my bed, but I do have a king size bed. Because this one definitely will not be one that's out on the couch for everybody to use, just because it is so special to me, because my knitting teacher has passed away, so, and two of the people who I have yarn in this blanket from, they've moved away, so, this blanket's very special to me, so I won't be putting it on the couch. And I've already told my family that, but I've added quite a few squares to this one. I think I had these done. I think I had that row completed. But I've since added this square, this one. I think I had that one in there. I'm not really sure. This one and maybe these two since I last podcasted. So, yeah. And I've started adding some of my scraps from stuff that I've done this year. This was from a couple years ago. I made that a baby sweater for my pastor's daughter. So that's from her sweater. This is from some of my Lolo Did It socks. My whimsical pair of socks that I made. Another Lolo Did It. So I'm starting to add stuff from socks that I've made this year and last year into there. So yeah, that one's gotten pretty big. And so that is I believe it's called the Memory Blanket from Georgie Nicholson. And her blanket pattern is done in DK, and mine I'm doing in sock yarn. I'm casting on a total of 40 stitches for each square, and I'm doing it on size 2 needle. I know that I had been asked that question earlier this week. So, that is all my works in progress, guys. I haven't started on any of my May projects yet. So I'm a little bit behind, but it is only the 6th of May, so I'll be okay. I'll get caught up. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys what's coming. I have not decided which, sorry, there's an issue over there. I haven't decided which hippo for sock yarn I'm going to use yet for my hippo box of socks. I'm still deciding that. I'm honestly leaning towards making my Halloween hippo socks just because the ball's already wound and it's already in a project bag and it's good to go. So I may just end up being a little lazy and going with that. So I have those socks to do. For my other box of socks, I have decided to do, sorry if you can hear the crinkling. I tried to take everything out of the bags and stuff. That way you didn't hear crinkling. But, so this is Nomadic Yarns, and it is McGonagall, which is from Harry Potter. And there you go. So I am going to do that with this being, I think heels, toes, and cuffs. That way I can get 2 pairs out of this skein. Because I think I am going to not only make myself some socks, I am thinking about making members of my family Harry Potter socks as well. Or Harry Potter themed socks as well. So McGonagall is going on my needles probably today. Then my last podcast, I'm pretty certain I showed you guys the colors that I had chosen for a Find Your Fade. Last night, I finally wound them up. So I'm hoping to get them started today. But actually I won't get the Find Your Fade started today because I want to put a square from each of these colors into my memory blanket. I might get this, I might get it started today. Like I might get a square done in the memory blanket and then start with the color I plan on starting with. So here are the colors, and I've wound them up. And this one is, sorry, this beautiful color is called London Fog, and it is by Forbidden Woolery. I don't know if this person still sells yarn or not. And honestly, I'm not even sure where I got this. I think I got this maybe in a yarn box back when I used to get yarn box, which doesn't exist anymore. So it was kind of like a knit crate type thing. So that's color 1. And then I'm going to go to this color. I'm sorry, these are a mess. You can see a little bit of the sparkles in it. And this yarn is by the Angora Moose. And this color is called Honeysuckle Syrup. I actually won this skein from Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. I absolutely love this label. It is just adorable. The little Angora bunny. Okay, so this will go into this. And then I have this I have been looking for something to pair with for a long time. I got this 2 years ago on a Virginia yarn crawl. Like, it is just gorgeous. And it is by, sorry, I got this tag on here pretty good. Let me get it off here. And I actually cannot find this online, or I'm having a really hard time finding it online. It's called Farmhouse Sock. It is 100% superwash merino, and it is called Boho Romance. So, right now, that will be my fade. And then, so in this, there is kind of a copper orange. So a local yarn store is having a trunk show, and it's almost over. So I contacted her last night and found out that the copper color that I really like, she does have one skein left of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. And if I get it home and it matches this really well, I'm going to put that color next. So it'll be like a copper orange, and then this beauty. So this, it's all in German, but there you go. I was given this in a yarn swap that I did a couple years ago. Oh gosh, it had to be probably 3 years ago or more. So all of these yarns are from my stash, except for the copper orange, if I managed to get that and it looks right. So, oh, I don't know if I can hold all of this in. It will go this, this, this. Woohoo! Yeah, there we go. It will go in that order, with maybe a copper orange right here. So I'm excited to get that started. And if the copper orange doesn't go, it doesn't go. It'll be fine. I'll figure out a use for it. Probably some socks. Let's be honest. I do tend to make a lot of socks, so. So that's all that I have planned to make. So basically 2 pairs of socks. Find your fade. I really want to get, I'd like to get my covered shawl off the needles. Because I have not I planned on doing a year of Alicia Plummer, and I have not even completed one single project. And I have no idea what projects I'm going to do next. I made a list and I have lost it, but I have a list of stuff of hers I have on needles. Like, I have 2 other shawls of hers on needles. So I'm going to complete those and count those towards my year and just figure out along the way, what I want to add to the collection. And she's not constantly, but she's always coming out with new stuff. Like, she just came out with some new mitts that I really like and bought, and I'll cast on. I can't show you because it's put up right now, but I have a binder, and like her section in that binder is like this thick. Plus I own a book that her and another lady put out who also has a lot of designs that I like. So anyway, that's what's coming. I also have like several other pairs of socks on needles that I need to finish. Like, I have my daughter Avery's Halloween socks I need to finish. I have a friend's socks that I need to finish. I have my Scrappy socks that I need to work on and finish. I have a daughter's pair of Christmas socks that I need to start working on again. Because I think that this year I'm going to make a goal to try to make each of my family members a pair of Christmas socks. So we'll all have Christmas socks this year. We'll see. Okay, mail call. Last podcast, I could not show you my April Hippo for Celebrations yarn because I had just gotten it in the mail and I knew that a lot of people hadn't gotten it and I didn't want to spoil anything for anyone. So, April's Hippo for Celebrations, it came in the mail and I got excuse me, you guys. I got a sample of eucalypt and the grapefruit. Yeah, grapefruit. And it was Hippo knit flicks. So it's got a really pretty red and black and gray, because you know Netflix is red and black, their logo. So beautiful. Lauren, you did a great job as always. So that was my Hippo monthly subscription that I get every month. I did buy some stuff. In April, I got serious about using up my stash. And I started keeping track. Where's my book? I used 5 skeins from my stash, I believe. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure, though. And for May, I've used 1 so far. And it's only the 6th. So I am trying to continue on with the stash busting. Okay, so I got because I want to try to do, oh my goodness, Harry Potter themed socks for people in my family or my family members. I got from Nomadic Yarns, Voldemort. Look at the colors in that. It's like a lime green, a gray, a tealy kind of blue, and black. So, I think this has 400 yards, but I think that if I do heel, toes, and cuffs in black, I think I can get a pair of socks for my husband and my son out of this scheme. So I've got that. And then I got also from Nomadic Yarns, because from Nomadic Yarns I made my Hermione socks, and I did get 2 pairs out of those because I made a pair last year and then I sold them to somebody at my daughter's orthodontist office, and then I put a square in my blanket, and then I decided to make myself a pair of socks. So I used gray for the heel, toes, and cuffs. So that's how I know that I could get 2 pairs of socks out of a skein. I need to check the yardage on that though, because I think that was more than 400 yards and these are 400 yards. But anyway, if I do heel, toes, and cuffs on both of the pairs of socks in different colors, I'm certain I could get 2 pairs of socks out of it. So anyway, another Nomadic Yarns. This is Hagrid. Yeah, super pretty. I will probably do heels, toes, and cuffs out of gray with this, I'm thinking. So I have those 2. I have made myself a pair of Hermione. I don't have any more of that yarn. And then I also have the McGonagall, and I have Dobby's a free elf. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Definitely should be able to, everybody should definitely be able to get a pair of socks. I have ordered Cyrus Black yarn, and Fred and George, I think. Fred and George Weasley. I have my eye, I'm waiting for her to put it out. I have my eye watching for some Molly Weasley, because I really want Molly, and if she puts out Jenny again, I want Jenny, but we'll see. So I got those. And then back in March, in the Crazy Sock Ladies Ravelry group, she had been doing, I didn't see it for April or May yet, but she does like a swapless swap. So like you can order minis and then the dyer sends them out, which is honestly a great way for you to try a dyer's yarn before you buy like a whole skein of it. And this was the first swapless swap I had ever done. But these are from Spectacular Yarns. Aren't they cute? You get 10 minis. And I think these are 40 yards each. That's what it looks like. Yeah, 40 yards each. So these are going to go in my, one of my memory blankets. That's what I bought those for. But wouldn't these right here make a really cute little fade of some sort, or I don't know. I just thought those would look cute together. So I got those. Just got those a day or two ago. And then I want to prize you guys. Bloom Handmade Studio had posted, and she still has several giveaways going right now. I don't know if she's drawn for Legacy Fiber Arts mini set. But I think that might be the one that she's got going on right now, a giveaway. But she had a giveaway that was like, it was a picture of like a bowl of minis. So you won like minis from her stash and 2 skeins of yarn that you got to pick from 2 different colors for. And it was the Water Arcade scarf, I believe. You can either do a scarf or a blanket. She's doing a knit along or a crochet along because it's crocheted. I can crochet. However, I cannot follow a crochet pattern. I can get on YouTube and I can look up like a pattern on YouTube and I can go through and do that pattern with that person, but I cannot read crochet patterns. It's a shame because I like lots of different crochet things. I kept these in the bag, so I'm gonna apologize for crinkling, but I was not gonna be able to hold these all up unless I left them in the bag. So these are all the minis I got from her, which there are some very beautiful colors in there. And then I also got some very cute cards. And that was from Bloom Handmade Studio on Instagram. And her first name is Carolyn. And then I got to pick between the color I got or a black to go in there from Marinated Yarns. I picked the colorway Bumble, which is a cream. There we go. And she also sent me a cute little card. I'm loving all these little knitted themed cards. And what was so awesome is I got both of these on the same day and they came from different areas. But yeah. So, and this yarn is so soft, you guys. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So squishy. So I think I'm going to make myself a shawl or a cowl out of this. I love it. And that is it. That is all I have to show you guys today. Quarantine is still going as well as can be expected. We're doing lots of home improvement stuff. One daughter has painted her room a really pretty yellow. We're going to put new flooring in there. She's got new curtains. So basically she's going to have like a brand new room. I have a whole list of stuff to do in each room. We have the flooring down in 2 bathrooms, the hallway, and our dining room. I got paint for another daughter's room. I plan on painting, pretty much plan on painting every single room in the house or repainting. I don't know about my living room though, that's a lot of work. And just kind of sprucing up the house. Like my son and daughter that share a bathroom. I got them like a new shower curtain and a thing to go on the back of their door to hang their towels on. I'm gonna paint their bathroom, that kind of stuff. You know, just odds and ends that we want to do. I will, of course, post pictures on Instagram as we go along and that kind of thing. I could share it on here if you guys want me to. I don't know if you guys want me to or not. I can share like kind of before and after pictures or whatnot. Just let me know. I do appreciate you guys coming and checking in with me. I'm sorry, I really wanted this to be a weekly podcast, but things just kind of got crazy, and it's not just me, it's the entire world, you know, so I know you understand. I will try to come back in a week. I'm not going to make any promises, but it will definitely be every 2 weeks if I don't make it back once a week. Just know that we have a lot of projects that we're doing. We're kind of busy. I'm babysitting for an essential worker. So it's a little crazy in my house right now at the moment, but I know that you guys understand, that kind of thing. So, I hope that you guys are safe and healthy and remain safe and healthy and continue on with your crafts that you do. Just make the most out of what you can. I'm going to go ahead and run because I have chattered on for what looks like 40 minutes now. So you guys have a great day and keep on crafting. Bye.